Hello there, welcome. My name is Andrea Jackson, and I started a company called Nu-Gnu in May of this year. And as part of that, I was looking at the business concept of Mary Portas, which was people, planet, and profit. So we've done the people and the planet. We're now going to be talking about the profit. So Nu-Gnu, we started in May, and we're a company that support training providers in finding out exactly how their learners, the apprenticeship learners and the apprenticeship employers are thinking and saying, and then helping the training providers to improve that impression that is being given or perception. So that's what we do. But when we looked at it, as I said, that we looked, there was 3 people involved, and what we did was we looked at what sort of people we wanted to work with, and also we wanted to see what we wanted to do with the planet. Basically, we were looking at being sustainable. But now it's about profit. So, and I honestly believe that no training provider should be ashamed of making a profit. But I think if we're looking at the concept that Mary Portas has been discussing, people, planet and profit, if profit is put before people and planet, then things can go astray. Now, the one thing that we do know is that without a profit, a business can't grow. In fact, without profit, we end up as busy fools, and we don't actually understand why, because we're not making a profit. But as I say, if it is focused solely on the profit before people and planet, problems will arise. Now, when we looked before, we decided that actually if profit was looked at before staff, then staff become unmotivated. They feel without value. They know that no matter how hard they work, they won't be valued. Now, that can be monetary or, as we've discussed before, treats or thank yous, etc., etc. Okay. But also, if the learners aren't looked at and that their needs aren't met, then they become disengaged, disinterested. Actually, they're not learning anything. It's not to do with what they're doing, really. It's a waste of time. Also, employers, the apprenticeships employers are disillusioned because actually now they can't see a return for their investment. They've put all this investment through, but actually the learner isn't getting anything out of it. We're not finding that the learner can do something today that they couldn't do yesterday. So performance isn't improving at all. So that's bad. That's bad. If profit is looked at before a planet, then actually this company can be less cost efficient. We discussed when we were talking about the planet is that there's so many times that we've been sitting in traffic for 3 hours to get to a meeting because it's a national meeting. Everybody needs to see each other, obviously. I think in these days of this pandemic, it's shown us that necessarily isn't so. But we've also used copious amounts of paper because we have to go into meetings with agendas, we have to have workbooks, we have to give the learners anything that can be unprintable. Today, actually it was yesterday, we completed a report for one of our clients, and we put it in a format that was supposed to be screen read. We didn't want them to print it off. We've actually said to them, this isn't going to work printing it off. So because it needs to be screen proofed, because screen read, because we really do want to protect the planet. We don't want you to be using paper. And we'll see how that goes, down. So we've looked at the profit can't come before the planet. It can't come before people. And The people bit also includes the stakeholders, anything to do with the business. And what I'm saying is that people need to be treated with dignity and respect. So, and that doesn't cost anything. That doesn't cost anything. So profit should come after a real, robust, strong strategic plan that takes into account the people, the planet, the profit. Obviously, we need a strategic plan, because without a goal, we don't know whether we've reached it, do we? So we have a strategic plan, but that strategic plan really does need to ensure that we keep looking at how are we treating the staff, the learners, the employer. When we're talking about the planet, how are we going to deal with? For us, if our non-printable report isn't accepted, we've got to look at another way. But we'll still look at that way with the planet in mind. We will, because we have to. Because, as I say, in this strategic plan, we have to have a plan that's about how we're going to deal with the people, how we're going to deal with the planet. And with that, we're talking about recycling. Again, we go back to the pandemic now. With the pandemic, we're finding that the use of technology, our company, for one, uses platforms so that we don't have, all of our reports are on G Drive. So it's encrypted, it's nice and safe and secure, but it means it's always to hand and we don't need to keep printing them off because they're there. We can format all of the spreadsheets, which anybody that knows me knows I like a good conditional formatted spreadsheet because I like colours. All of these things can be done, left on the link. It's shared with only the people that you need it to be. We do not need mountains of paper. So that's the thing. So what we find is that if the people and the planet if their targets are consistently achieved, then actually, profit is quite easy to follow. It will follow, because the one thing that we found is that actually we started the business in May, but we were talking about the business in December, January, which was before the pandemic. And we wanted to stop the meetings. We wanted to use the platforms to have meetings, because basically they're the same as far as I'm concerned. You can still see the whites of somebody's eyes. You can get the full experience. I think actually in most cases you have to show more willing and more part of a conversation if it's on a platform. But so, as I say, if we're looking at the people and the planet, the profit will surely follow. So what I will be talking about tomorrow actually will be about interim reports that we've had from training from Ofsted when they've done their interim inspections. They've got 10 interim reports, and those will be one of the things that we'll be talking about. I've just lied to you. It's not going to be Wednesday I'm talking about it. It's going to be Thursday. So watch out for that, because again, you might be able to glean some information. Many thanks for listening. If you are interested in what Nu-Gnu does in any way, contact us at, you can see the ticker tape, which I love, Andrea at nu-gnu.com. We've got a website, which is www.nu-gnu.com. We've got a Facebook page, Nu-Gnu, obviously. We've also got a group discussion page. Tomorrow we'll be talking about the interim reports on our group discussion page, and we're obviously on LinkedIn again as Nu-Gnu. It would be marvelous to catch up with you and to connect with you, and I look forward to speaking to you again. Okay, many thanks. Bye-bye.